talking about will be recorded, and we will get started. So the top free and close to free marketing tools are here. We're going to talk about the top 20, and then we have quite a few extra bonuses here. The whole idea is that some of the best marketing tools are free, but some of them do have downsides. There were questions about this. Which marketing tools actually take a lot of extra time? So that's a challenge. However, there are some marketing tools that are great for both. So what to expect? We're going to talk about why this webinar is important, the top free marketing tools, and some bonus tools, and then we're going to cover all your questions from your registration. Who am I? I am a small business consultant. I think that it's so important for people to run their own business as opposed to having someone else run it for them and really understanding their business. I have a passion for marketing. Coca-Cola, McCain Foods in marketing, Canadian Pacific Railway, so a lot of different types of marketing out there. But it's not just about me. I do have a staff who has been gathering over 300 marketing tools out there, including someone from General Mills, as well as having our own marketing intern who basically has gone through websites, books, textbooks, you name it, we've done it, to find the top 300 marketing tools, and then we figured out which of those you could do at little or no cost. Who's on the phone right now? We have entrepreneurs. We actually have a mayor of a town, as well as a lot of small business coaches out there. So let's start with why this webinar. Cash is king. Being thrifty really makes sense. Marketing brings more cash into the business. So that's really why the top free and close to free marketing tactics make sense for everyone on the phone. So after we got the 300 and we figured out which of the 300 are free, we then prioritized them. And the very number one marketing tactic that's out there, and you can tell I'm doing it right now, is to smile. I don't know how many of you have actually thought of this as a marketing tool. It definitely is a marketing tool. It comes across in emails, the phone, and when you're face-to-face. The best part, it doesn't cost you a dime, and you can implement it in seconds, plus it works. If you don't feel like smiling, because sometimes we don't feel like smiling, the best thing to do is just start smiling. In fact, it triggers chemicals in your body to start making you actually feel happy, so you don't have to fake it for too long. So the number one marketing tactic that's free is to smile. Number two, the 30-second pitch. So how do you explain yourself? One of the number one reasons why people don't do business with someone is that they simply don't understand how what they do will help them. So your 30-second pitch has to be simple. Next Monday at 3 p.m., we are having a webinar all about this because simply it's too long and too complicated to explain how to do this perfectly because there's so many different types of 30-second pitches in different scenarios. Number 3 and 4 is all about making the other person feel important. And, of course, making sure they don't think that you're rude. The first thing is a handshake. It should be firm, but not too hard. A key, if you're sick, you probably shouldn't shake hands. They'd appreciate that. If you're wearing gloves, remove them. People like to feel another person's hand, not their gloves. And a neat thing, if you're going to a networking event and there's any water or other beverages that you're drinking, make sure you hold the drink in your left hand. This means that your right hand is free and wet-free, so moisture-free, when you're shaking hands. Nobody wants to shake a wet hand. Number 4, of course, eye contact is critical. If presenting, make sure you look at everyone equally. If you're in a coffee meeting, make sure that you're actually paying attention to them, and you could do it a step further. So if they move in, you should move in. If they look relaxed, you should look relaxed. It's called mirroring them. That's M-I-R-R-O-R. So mirror what the other person's doing, and they feel more relaxed. This is another marketing tool. The next one, number 5 and 6, is all about your phone. Number 1 is voicemail. Voicemail is the first impression that someone gets when they come to your company. The best practice for voicemail is actually to pick up the phone, not to have voicemail or not to have them get there. However, if they do get to your voicemail, does VoIP make sense? So do they have a dial-in system? 1-800 numbers obviously add credibility. But the biggest thing is making sure that your voicemail doesn't have background noise and adds to your brand image. So if you have a cheerful brand, make sure that it's cheerful. If you have a very professional brand, make sure your tone displays that. Number 6, call display. Call display is the best way to make your customers love you, because imagine if someone calls you and you had already put them into your call display, you know their name right off the bat. So your customers feel as though you appreciate them, that you remember them. Call display is a great mechanism to have in your back pocket. An example is I had a client as a wedding photographer, and she programmed in every new bride that she ever landed as a client. And the great thing is, for the next, let's say, 6 months before she actually shot their wedding, she would say right away, "Oh, Samantha, how's it going?" And they always really, really loved her, and it increased her referral rate. Number 7, remember names. The sweetest word to the sweetest sound in the world to anyone is their own name. The easiest way to start remembering is simply to try to remember. I'm actually a professor at Humber College, and I usually have class sizes over 20 people. I simply try to remember their names, and even making that paradigm shift really helps you. Of course, sometimes that doesn't just work. You do need other tactics, association, repetition, writing it down. You just have to figure out what makes sense for you or what works for you. Number 8 and 9, business cards, email signature. So a business card, really, it's all about standing out. I had one person who showed me a simple white business card, and it actually made them stand out because I hadn't seen a plain white card before. A job title can really help you there. I have an event planner who actually calls herself the Chief Experience Officer. So instead of a CEO, a Chief Executive Officer goes with the Chief Experience Officer. So being a little bit quirky, a little bit unique, makes you memorable, makes you stand out. Taglines, even dressing to match your brand. My color is green and blue. So whenever I go to networking events, I wear green and blue to match my business cards. It's just a different way to stand out. Email signature, you could change it quite a bit. You want to make sure it's brand specific. You could even consider a pre-signature. That means you could have something that's different and unique at the front instead of at the back of your email. Next, networking. Networking, you want to prepare, make sure you're going to the right networking events, and when you're there, making sure that you're meeting the right people. So a big thing here, a good example would be I was looking for bank managers, so I made sure I went to a lot of Board of Trade or Chamber of Commerce because a lot of senior bankers go there. So figure out who you're trying to meet and make sure you're going to the right networking events. Number 11 and 12, basically leveraging other people who want to help you. So this is part of your fan base. Could be a mentor or your board of advisors. So a mentor, have at least 1, maybe 3. You will be shocked by how many sales leads they bring in for you. Board of advisors, never have more than 7. But again, make sure that you talk to them quite a bit, you leverage their strengths, you build them as a fan, and they will bring in leads. Because if you respect them, other people respect them too, and they'll bring business to you. Number 13, demonstrations and examples. This adds credibility. Make sure people believe that you can do what you say you can do. Number 14, follow-ups and giving referrals. Follow-ups. Basically, people already know you and you already have a relationship with them. It makes it easier to do business with them. Is there a way to get more business from an existing client? Another thing is, if they've left you, you'd find out why they've left you. So getting feedback is huge. For giving referrals, when you give a referral, psychologically the person feels indebted to you and will give you new business. This is a proven fact. So givers get. That's actually the BNI, which is a networking enterprise or organization. Givers get. So basically, by giving referrals, you get business. Number 16, it's the no-brainer one. It's social media. The big thing here is social media does take a lot of time to get business from it. In the old days, also, you didn't need a Gee, nowadays you do. On September 18th at 11 a.m., we do have an online marketing guru who will be doing a webinar for LinkedIn. Again, this will be free. His name's Alan Paulette. You could look him up. He's very reputable within social media. Some neat examples of where social media is going. LinkedIn actually has the best cost benefit for pay-per-click. So if you're looking at advertising to businesses online, LinkedIn actually has a better cost benefit than Google does, or Facebook for that matter. Social media is more heavily tied to your search engine optimization than ever before. And that's because now search engines, when they're doing their rankings, is tied into more recent content being added ranks higher. Social media is key for that. And another big trend is games. So having games and tying that with your branding is huge. 17 and 18, feedback forms and testimonials. Basically, you have to keep on improving or your competition keeps up, but also it's another communication piece. So if you actually listen to your clients, your customers, they like you a lot better and they feel more indebted to you. Kickstarter.com is a crowdsourcing website, and actually getting feedback is how they actually allow their clients to get more business. Testimonials, of course, adds credibility. A CRM is huge. It builds your relationship. It gets more referrals from you. CRMs are very inexpensive, especially if you only have 1 or 2 staff. It stands for Customer Relationship Management Tool. The first type is basically drip marketing. It's someone who just keeps your email. Emails are extremely important. Groupon showed that by when they actually went public, had their IPO, each email is worth about $20 to them. So emails are worth a lot of money. Drip marketing, Constant Contact, Aweber, MailChimp, all inexpensive ways to actually run your email marketing. But on the CRM, so if you want to control more information, such as the name of their youngest daughter or more expansive information, that could include Salesforce. It could include Sugar CRM. Microsoft has a CRM. You could use simply a spreadsheet. That would be free. And there's also something called freecrm.com. And our last of the 20 is to smile. Again, so don't forget to smile. That wraps up the top 20. However, don't worry. I have some other free ones just to give you other ideas out there. Cold calling, if you do it yourself, of course, that's free. It does have the biggest cost benefit out there when you do B2B, so business-to-business sales or business-to-government sales. Cold calling is the most effective way. Other ideas are your contracts and your invoices. Could you add your branding there? Could you add in maybe your next promotion on your invoice to your customer and get more business from your existing client base? Building strategic alliances or cross-promotions. Is there another company going for the same target market that you could actually market together? It just expanded your sales force and didn't cost you a dime. Joining online communities or blogging responses as opposed to your own blog takes less time. You actually go to someone else's audience that they've developed and you respond to their comments or their blogs. You can actually include your URL to your website there, and you didn't have to do all the work to build up the community. Sell sheets, just clear ways explaining what you do, adding into directories. A lot of them are free or close to free. Referral partners, similar to strategic alliances, but just offering a referral fee to anyone who has similar target markets. Have the fancy job titles. That's just a reminder of the Chief Experience Officer. Build up your 1,000-person fan list. If you have 1,000 people who love your business, you will never run out of doing business. Blogging and blog response, link exchanges, so just linking to other websites. Newspaper articles, is there a way to do a press release, or do you have any contacts for any magazines out there? Have pictures of your customers and your testimonials. Direct emails, a quick and easy way to actually get the word out. Public speaking, it makes you more credible if you go to an event and you're the speaker. Volunteering. It's just another form of networking, but it's just in an even more positive atmosphere. Media interviews, who do you know? And of course, e-presentations. Can you record your presentation? It's just an easy way to scale up what you're doing. Wrap up, there are tons of free marketing tools out there. Figure out what makes sense for you and implement the top 3 this week. Why this is so important is that you only want to implement 3. If you try to implement more than 3, it probably won't get done. So that's the best practice. Do 3, figure out what's working, then build from there. Maybe do another 3. So for instance, this week you could actually ramp up your email signature, get your business cards done, and attend a networking event. If you only limit it to 3 marketing tools, you'll actually get it done. So this brings us actually to the questions and answers that everyone sent in. So the first question I have is the best and easiest way to reach new customers. So we just showed you the easy ways to do free marketing. However, there's lots of easy ways to actually reach new customers. So what I'm actually going to do right now is go into Small Business Solver and show you all the other ways that you can do this. Right now, this is Marketing Solver that we're looking at. It's an advanced search of the 300 marketing tools I was telling you about. If you clicked on visibility, so this is the question, is easiest ways to reach new people, and clicked go, we're actually going to see the top 167 ways to get visibility for your clients. So number 1 is the 30-second pitch, the voicemail. We have some of these, networking, demos, following up with customers. So these are a lot of the ones we talked about. Signage is huge. Online forwarding to your friends, involved in online communities, Facebook, your web page, warm calling, so following up with people who already know you, posters on community boards. That's a great way to get information out. Starbucks has them, Loblaws has them, libraries have them, community centers have them. Cross promotions is huge. Trade shows. I love referral programs with other people. Cold calling. It's a huge way to get the word out. So the second question was how to do marketing efficiently and effectively. And my advice there is do 3 things at a time, then test and improve. The next question was what fresh ideas are out there? Ad games. Ad games are really neat. So having a game on your Facebook page, having your logo have a game, they're kind of neat. Sponsoring events is a neat way. It's very cost effective. So if there's a networking event and you have a product, you can donate a product and you actually get them bringing in the people, and yet you still get visibility. And another neat one there is actually bring your own name tag to networking events because you can make it look funky and really stand out. Another question was competing with Canadian Tire and other big companies. Press releases, public relations, social media are the best ways to compete with the really big guys. The biggest thing for a small business in terms of a core competency is their flexibility. Other big companies, such as Canadian Tire, they're just simply not as flexible as you can be. Other questions, what's the best use of time? Again, I'm actually going to go here to Small Business Solver, the Marketing Solver. If you want to do marketing tools that only take a day and you don't have much time, Smiling is a quick way to do it right away. Eye contact, get your referrals, your email signature, get customer feedback forms, call display, show your personality, personal anecdotes, a referral program, things that you can do really, really quick. Have your tagline up. You can do a loyal customer shopping days. Craigslist is a really quick way to start. Your 1-800 number, donate your product to a charity or something and get the word out that way. Coupon books, the directories, all these types of ideas. So those are really quick ways to get up and running. It would take less than a day to do those. The next questions I have here is how to brand. Basically, that's going to be another webinar, and that's a great feedback. I'll add that in. And my last question was, how does marketing contribute to a sale? So the biggest thing here is that marketing is part of your sales process. People do sales with people that they know about, that they trust, and that they like. So here, we basically classify marketing tools under visibility, so people know you, believability, people trust you, or likability, people have a relationship with you. When they go through that process, that is when people become ready to buy from you. So make sure that your marketing plan has marketing tools that satisfy visibility, credibility, and likability. A visibility tool might actually be your networking events or an email blast. Your credibility tool would actually be public speaking maybe at the networking event. And your likability would be maybe if you gave everyone a free ebook or something like that, or you forward them some information, or you gave them a referral. Once you have those three pieces, people start buying from you. Just as a reminder, the pieces, everything here is going to be sent to you. If you have any further questions, please email me at carla@smallbusinesssolver or info@smallbusinesssolver.com. Upcoming webinars is tomorrow at 11 a.m. is Getting the Most Out of Small Business Solver. Monday at 3 p.m. is the Value Proposition. September 18th at 11 a.m. is LinkedIn and Getting Business from LinkedIn. September 20th at 2 p.m. is Getting People to Pay You, which is done by a paralegal. It's McSporin Paralegal. September 26th at 3 p.m. is Using IT to Ramp Up Your Business. This is by Vertace, an IT company. September 28th is Strategic Marketing Plans by Margaret Osborne, an instructor at Seneca College in marketing. And October 4th is Building Your Financials in Minutes by Paul Smith of Planning to Go, and he was a bank manager for 20 years. Thank you very much for participating in this. I am now actually going to stop our recording, and I'll be sending this out. And I just wanted to make sure any of the other questions that are here, we will